وسهلا بكل الذين ينضموا للاستماع إلى راديو بلدي أول راديو عربي أمريكي ويعنى بقضايا العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر عبر WNZK راديو 690 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern, and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
Today's program is brought to you by Sling TV. Ramadan Kareem. This Ramadan, Sling International brings you a brand new way to enjoy top exclusive Arabic TV programming, free for 30 days. Sling TV has the best and most exclusive channels for you to watch. NBC, ART, MTV, Al Jazeera Arabic, and more. Plus, at no extra cost, you'll have more entertainment channels with foreign films, new releases, and classics. Get all top exclusive channels starting at only $25 a month. Don't want to deal with the hassle of installation? No problem, none's required. Don't want to get stuck in an annual contract? No worries, it's free cancellation. No hidden fees and no credit check. Don't let this Ramadan pass you by without having the essential channels on your TV. Don't miss out on your favorite dramas like Bab El Hara, El Kabiyawi, and more. Free for 30 days. That's right, we said free. And you'll pay our new low rates afterwards. Top packages are only $25 a month after the first month. No obligation and no hassle. You can relax and watch your favorite TV shows, news, sports, and entertainment today. And with Sling TV, you can enjoy TV anywhere, anytime, on your TV, laptop, phone, computer, or tablet, free for 30 days. Visit sling.com/Arabic3 to get started today. That's sling.com/Arabic3 or call us at 855-372-8015. Free trial requires email and credit card. Unless you cancel before the trial ends, your card will be charged. Restrictions apply. Visit sling.com/Arabic3 for full details.
My favorite TV channel has been removed. I was ripped off.
Don't be fooled by unauthorized TV services. You could not only lose your favorite TV channels, but also lose your money. Keep your eyes out and avoid offers that just seem too good to be true. There are numerous companies and TV services that are selling a set-top box or providing a website who claims to have rights to distribute NBC, Al Jazeera, Art, and many other Arabic TV channels.
Then who is legally authorized to provide my favorite TV channels in the U.S.?
Dish Network and Sling International provide your favorite TV channels and programs. For more information, go to www.dishnetwork.com/Arabic or www.sling.com/Arabic and sign up today and watch your favorite TV programs and save money.
Good morning. Thank you for listening. Welcome to Radio Baladi, the best ethnic radio station in North America. We thank you for being with us. Today is Friday, July 24th, 2015. My name is Khalil Hachem. I'm the editor of Michigan.com, an online magazine serving Southeast Michigan. We thank you for listening again, and the number here is 248-557-3300, and we hope that we connect with you today. If you have any questions and comments, please give us a call. We have a very exciting program for you. Before we tell you what the program is, I just want to take this opportunity to say good morning to our producer, Adam. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
And I thank you for your support, and without you, I would be really lost. So thank you.
Oh, no.
I appreciate it. So also I want to say good morning to the person, and we want to salute Layla Al-Husni, the person who started this wonderful show. We want to thank her for having the vision and the dedication to put this show on the air. It is not easy to keep the show on the air, and we hope that our community continues to support her efforts. It's really wonderful to work with you, Layla. I know you're listening, so good morning. And before we continue and tell you about what's going on this wonderful show today, the weather, it's starting about 70 degrees. It's going to be hot. It's a summer day. We're not complaining. We've been waiting for this weather months and months of snow. So we're here, and it's. I'm not gonna make any predictions on whether it's gonna rain or not. This is Michigan. You don't like our weather? Stick around for another hour. It'll get better. In the news today, the home market, the real estate market, is continue to heat up. Prices are climbing, and they are appreciating every month. The recent report shows that the real estate market has appreciated 15% from month to month. So this is the time if you want to get into the market. And also like to make a disclosure that I am a real estate agent, and I keep up with this market. If you need any help, please give me a call, 313-819-0101. The other issues in the news, Wayne County, finally they decided to have their finances taken a look at, and they found out that an independent auditor said that the county is in financial trouble. The governor, that is reviewing the matters and trying to see what are the best options. I think the deficit is about $70 million. So the state is reviewing the finances of the county, and they're trying to see what is the best option. Is it bankruptcy? Is it financial management? What other options for one of the largest, if not the largest, it's one of the most populous county in this state. So stay tuned. Now, what does that mean to you? It basically means that when the county is in trouble, it could affect services, it could affect programs, it could affect many things. We don't know what the outcome is. It also could affect jobs. And these hard-working people in the county must be worried now, and we hope that it does not affect them. We thank them for their service. In the news also, last week we celebrated the end of Ramadan, so happy end of Ramadan, happy Eid to everyone. The good thing about Ramadan, although it's a Muslim holiday, but it seems that the entire community from the Middle East celebrated, and this is a wonderful thing. We also want to salute all of those who are working together to unify the community, whether they're Christians, Jews, and Muslims working together, interfaith folks. This is a wonderful thing, and I hope that the work continues and expands. We need more of those people. Eventually, we're going to have a special section or special program, rather, talking to some of these folks who are really working very hard to bring the community together and mend our differences. This is something very important. The UN endorses the Iran nuclear deal, and we hope that agreement will foster more and more cooperation in the Middle East so we can solve some of the problems there. The biggest one, the wars in Syria, the war in Yemen and Libya, and some of the unrest in the other places as well. We hope that the bleeding stops and the refugees will return to their homes, and people would live a better life, hopefully. Also, the first Arab American woman firefighter in Lincoln Park has been hired, and this is wonderful news. We thank and salute the Lincoln Park City and Fire Department for their dedication to inclusion and diversity. This is really good news, not just because she's an Arab American, but because they're adding another woman to their fire department, and that's a wonderful thing, because you do want your whatever it is agency that you have to represent the community that you serve. Today's program, we have 3 segments. We have the first segment. We're going to be talking to Marilu Cabrera. She's from the immigration office. They have is she on the line, Adam, yet? Okay, we're waiting for her to be with us, and she's going to be talking about a new program, immigration program, and we'll wait for her to be online and talk to us about it. And also we're going to be talking to a Syrian artist living in the Detroit area, and she was born in Syria, educated in Syria. She's a great artist, and she uses art to draw attention to the issue of refugees in Syria. And she's her exhibit. She exhibited her work in Damascus, Dubai, New York, Detroit, and Toledo. I think it's a wonderful thing that she lives in the area here. Dr. Suwan will be with us at the end of the program, and she's going to be talking about unnecessary surgeries. So we're going to be, really talking about that. So, and as we, immigration is always a hot topic in our community because we are an immigrant community. And we like to know more about it. We have people who are applying for asylum. We have people who are applying for refugee status. We have people applying for visas. People who are, want to bring some relatives here. People who are on temporary status and would like to be on long-term status. So we're eager to hear from Marilu. She is in Chicago, and for her that means she's getting up super early to call us. So hopefully she'll be with us, and she has always been a big help in make us understand and help us understand what is really going on in the immigration world. So we will be waiting for her to get online. What's going on, Adam? What's in the world today?
Not too much. Did you hear about the city of Detroit passing the increase in the water bill?
No.
We were talking about that yesterday during the news segment. They're raising the water 7.5%.
Wow.
To help cover a $27 million hole in the water department's budget. So they're passing that on to the residents.
See, the Detroit Water Department, this news does not concern only Detroit. Detroit Water Department provides water to, I think, 26 municipalities in southeast Michigan and in the 4 county areas for as far as Washtenaw, Macomb, and Oakland counties, and that increase is going to affect your water bill. Only very few municipalities over the years have been able to absorb that increase, and most of the time they just pass it on because it's a service. They're not making money out of that.
Right.
So in my years as a reporter and reported on this issue many times, and I found that in most cases that cost is passed on to you. 7% could translate to, depending on maybe $5-10 a month.
They said it roughly break down to about $5 and about 35 cents
a month. That's an average home. And if you spend if you consume a lot of water and plants and all of that, you need to think about that because that could double too.
Yep.
So the average water bill right now, and it comes in, I think it's a quarterly basis. It's about $150 to $200. So you may be looking at $215 or $220. And some people would say, well, why would my municipality buy water from Detroit? It's a lot cheaper than a municipality starting their own water plants.
Right.
In some municipalities I've worked with, when I say municipality, I'm talking about city, township, village, and some of them looked into it, and they looked into it very hard and find out that it really does not make financial sense for them to start their own, water plants. You have to build the plants and get the equipment and hire the people. That's very costly.
On top of it, Detroit has one of the best treatment facilities for water in the nation.
Exactly.
So that's they have the best. They have the best setup. They have, I guess you could say, the best water supply. So it just makes more financial sense to go and kind of, outsource it.
Absolutely. And we should be fortunate too. We have some of the best waters in the nation. I mean, can you imagine you're living in California and you can't? There are many things you can't
with
do.
everything that they have going on.
I know.
Crazy wildfires.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Geez.
On a trip to Charlevoix, Charlevoix is a wonderful, great place. I visited a couple of years ago, and then you see how clear the water in Lake Michigan is. We don't get our water from Lake Michigan, but I think we get it from Lake St. Clair, and it comes from deep down into the lake, and that's how nature purifies the water. Then we get it. The water comes in, gets purified through a really great process of sand and lime, and then it goes through I believe ultraviolet lights to make sure kills whatever bacteria are there.
Exactly.
And then comes to your home. And let me tell you that tap water in this area is a blessing. really. It's very clean. It's very good. You can drink it right away, and it's wonderful. So it's really unfortunate that, but everything else is going up except our paycheck.
That's right. Still reaching in our pockets, pulling out Linton buttons.
Exactly. So that means we have to work harder. It is 8:15. We're going to take another break, a first break rather. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.
Are you going to start a restaurant or grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Naji Abood at 734-744-9796. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Naji Abood now, 734-744-9796. New Concept Products and Design, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. New Concept Products and Design, new location, 31185 Schoolcraft in Livonia. Learn more at www.newconceptproducts.com. Call Naji Abood, 734-744-9796.
أسواق زمزم الواقع على 24065 أورشد لك في مدينة فارمington هيلز ترحب بالجالية العربية والكلدانية. تنزيلات كبيرة على عموم المواد الغذائية في يوم الأربعاء من كل أسبوع. لا تنسوا فريش كاري اوت، جميع انواع المعجنات، وايضا صواني الكمبو المشكله والصمون الحار. لحوم حلال الجاليه العربيه والاسلاميه الملحمه باداره قصاب الجاليه المعروف سلوان جربوع. زوروهم على 24065 اورشد لك في مدينه فارمington هيلز او اتصلوا بهم على 248-476-0300. اسواق زمزم للمذاق عنوان لجميع طلباتكم. اتصلوا على 248-476-0300. اسواق زمزم للمعامله الراقية وكرم الضيافة عنوان.
لقد حذفت قنواتي المفضلة، هذه سرقة.
لا تنخدعوا بالقنوات التلفزيونية غير المرخصة، ستخسرون قنواتكم المفضلة وتضيعون نقودكم. لا تلتفتوا إلى العروض البراقة الزائفة. هنالك العديد من الشركات التي تبيع أجهزة استقبال القنوات التلفزيونية والتي تدعي امتلاك حقوق توزيع قنوات MBC، الجزيرة وART وغيرها.
ولكن من هي الجهة المرخصة قانونيا لتزويدنا بقنواتنا المفضلة في الولايات المتحدة؟
ديش نتورك وسلينج انترناشنال توفران لكم هذه القنوات والبرامج. لمزيد من المعلومات يمكنكم الدخول على الرابط www.dishnetwork.com/Arabic و www.sling.com/Arabic. اشتركوا الآن، وفروا نقودكم وشاهدوا قنواتكم المفضلة.
Welcome back and thank you for listening. This is Khalil Hachem with Radio Baladi. We were hoping to connect with Marilu Cabrera and about some of the new immigration programs, and we may have to reschedule that if we don't hear from her soon. Before we went on the break, we were talking about what's going on in the county, and this is really big news because it could affect the services we get from the county. It could affect our pocketbook, because one of the plans could be to raise taxes. Currently we pay on average, if you own a home of $100,000, you pay about $300 or $400 taxes for the county, and the county provides an array of services such as health, roads, snow removal, variety of different services the county provides, and over the years, like most municipalities, they have suffered from less income, and we don't want to accuse anybody of anything. This is not really the time to pass on accusations. 3 out of 5 municipalities are in trouble in the county. I remember writing the story in 2004. I was working at the Ann Arbor News. I wrote the story in 2004, and I was trying to tell people that you really need to be mindful of this. Most municipalities will be in trouble financially if they don't really pay attention to two things. First, growth and management of growth. The second thing is pension. And, a lot of municipalities embarked on pension plans for their employees, but they never put the money for that. And now they have to put the money for that, and they're really facing a lot of shortfall. And then comes 2008, 2009, when the real estate market crashed, and the whole system fell apart, and municipalities were not getting as much money. And over the years, state and federal authorities have given municipalities less and less money, although we're paying more and more taxes, and that affected their bottom line. Some municipalities actually there is no room to cut. You still have to provide police and fire, and you still have to provide all of that. And everything is relevant because, you may say, well, why do I need that? Well, it's a quality of life. If your neighborhood is not safe, it's really difficult to live in that neighborhood. And if you want safety, you need police, you need fire. If you don't have enough firefighters, then it's going to affect the insurance. It's called ISO, the insurance on your home. Everything is relevant. Everything is connected. And it is, also in addition to safety, it is a quality of life. So this is something to really keep an eye on. What's going on at the Wayne County. The new person in charge, Mr. Evans, I think his name is, and he's trying to, instead of covering the issue, he said, we really need to know what we're facing. And finally, we found out that we're facing $70 million deficit. That's a lot of money.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
I was going to say a prime example of everything that you wrote about in that piece for the Ann Arbor News. It takes place here in Detroit with everything that goes on. I mean, you have all these workers for the city who were counting on their pensions, and now they don't have them, and they just keep taking and taking and taking, and there's nothing that they can do.
Absolutely. It's just amazing, And the people who work for these municipalities, they work all their lives, and they look forward to retire, and then at the end of the day, they're going to tell them, there is no pension for you, there is no medical for you, it's just not right, And it's just not right, and it's part of the system. The medical issue is another discussion, and do you have a caller?
We do. We have Jerry on the line.
Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Khalil Hachem, and welcome back to your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Khalil, we miss you.
I miss you too.
And I told your colleague, Rayhan Yaniya, when he came back, that Layla Al-Husseini, Khalil Hachem, and our producer Adam did a wonderful job. They filled the gap of Khalil Hachem. Khalil, I welcome you back.
3 people for one.
Thank you, Jerry.
You have big shoes there.
Thank you, Khalil. I want to wish you a happy holiday, Eid al-Fitr al-Mubarak, because maybe you listen to me on the radio. I just sent a big salute to all my brother and sister in the Muslim world for Eid al-Fitr al-Mubarak.
Thank you. That's very nice of you, Jerry.
And to you and to your family.
Absolutely. What's on your mind?
Khalil, my bigger question is about our great state of Michigan and our lovely city of Detroit. Khalil, you were talking about all the deficit, all the problem financially in the county, in the city. You remember Detroit was one of the big things last year, the bankrupt of one of the largest city in the nation. Khalil Habibi, my question raised another question about the second bridge in between Canada and the USA. We do have the Ambassador Bridge. We do have other bridges connecting us with our neighbor. We have a tunnel. Habibi, Khalil, what I try to say, when you have to clean your house, you have to clean your house first before you look to your next door neighbor or the neighborhood. What's good about painting your house, refacing your house, when you have a leaking and a broken faucet inside your house? This is what's happening, Khalil, right now. Building a second bridge, and we have hundreds and thousands of vacant homes in Detroit, a pothole all over. Our bridges, they almost collapse. why? My bigger question is, Mr. Khalil Hachem, why our politicians, they try to focus on a second bridge when we have a bad road? They are cost the average American citizen in Michigander almost $800 between repair their cars for all those potholes, the bad road. You know, that's the bigger question, Mr. Khalil Hachem. I want to raise it. Why our politicians running to build a second? I don't have nothing against our governor, Rick Snyder. I do believe he is doing a good job. But I want to address this question to him.
Sure.
And Mr. Khalil, even right now, Mr. Khalil Hachem, what hurt me at the most when a member of the city, Detroit City Council, when the Detroit just came back from the bankruptcy and when they decided to take a deep breath to build the city again, when they asked for a raise in their salary, the membership of the Detroit City Council, don't you think that could wait?
Yeah, well, I think you touched up on several issues, and I think you raised a really wonderful issue. I want to thank you for your call, and our politicians, whatever they do, I think I don't want to defend them, but the motivation is they doing whatever they think is the right thing to do. Now, what's really missing is accountability, and accountability is something that we should do. We should watch what these people are doing, and this is why we have frequent elections. This is why we have the freedom to let them know what we feel and what we don't. What's really missing is the civic leadership and the groups that really working together to make sure and guide the state in the right place. Do we need another bridge or not? These are debatable issues. Do we have a road problem? That's a very pressing issue. But at the end of the day, I hope that more and more people are more active and are active and doing more and more with the resources we have and with the funding we have, and we just can't just sit and let our politicians do whatever they think is the right thing to do. So if people don't want the bridge, they need to speak up. If people want their roads fixed, they need to speak up. So I think Jerry raises some really good questions, and all centers on civic participation, and we hope that more and more people participate. I think we have Nada on the line. Okay. Good morning, Nada. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? And thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Am I saying your last name correctly? Odeh?
Odeh, yeah.
Yeah, Odeh. Nada is a Syrian artist. She's living in the Detroit area, and I hear you're a great artist. Well, what kind of art do you do?
I do acrylic. Thank you so much for the nice words that you're saying.
Absolutely.
My art is based. The subject is Syrian refugees in camps, because I believe Syrian refugees should be treated as royalty, not as some people think. Because they are refugees, the donation should be sent in a bad condition, or they should receive not the best quality thing, maybe the medium, and this kind of the way of thinking kind of irritates me, because I worked with charity groups in Unite in Dubai, and I came here and I saw the same way of thinking. This is why I started doing art about Syrian refugees, that they deserve to be treated as royalty.
Wonderful.
So I paint. My art is acrylic on canvas. I like doing big pieces, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know if you have more questions.
And where are you exhibiting right now?
Sorry?
Where are you exhibiting your art right now?
I will have my exhibition is going to be in Tiffin University on September 2nd.
Which university?
Tiffin.
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 Okay.
Tiffin University. It's in Ohio State.
Oh, it's in Ohio State. Okay.
Yeah. The exhibition, they contacted me because they were looking for an artist who's coming from the Orient, because they want to reflect the real things that's happening in the Middle East right now, and for their students. Actually, it's kind of political exhibition because it's supposed to be, it's focused on criminal justice and how people are living in the Middle East right now.
Okay.
So they wanted their students to understand what's going on right now.
How many pieces do you exhibit?
It's going to be between 10 to 15 pieces.
Okay.
Like 15. Yeah, and those most of them, many of them are big pieces, like really huge pieces. So I'm trying. And there's going to be a panel discussion because they wanted the students to talk to me, to understand, to talk to someone who came recently from the Middle East.
Sounds good. Nada, I'm going to ask you to stay with us. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
Okay, thank you.
Jumana K-Ruse. You've seen her images on giant billboards across the metro. Jumana K-Ruse. You've seen her images on buses across the city. Now get to know Jumana K-Ruse.
Most people who sit in my office across from my desk are hurting on so many levels. One thing people do not know about medical malpractice is that the statute of limitation, meaning the time that you have to bring suit against a doctor, a hospital, is in medical malpractice, that's a very, very short period of time. Not every lawyer is an advocate, but every lawyer should be an advocate.
Let Jumana K-Ruse protect your right. Call the law offices of Jumana K-Ruse at 1-86-100 or visit yours.com.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad offers the finest quality products like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Dana, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products. You deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Z products from our family to yours.
Life for Relief and Development is a non-profit charity that has been providing humanitarian aid and development to people regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background for over 22 years. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life rushes to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Life also has development projects that provide medical relief, water purification, educational programs, relief for orphans, and much more. Your help and support can greatly improve these efforts. All donations are tax deductible. For more information, please visit our website at lifeusa.org or 248-424-7493. That's lifeusa.org, 248-424-7493.
Welcome back to Radio Baladi. With us is Nada Odeh, and she's a Syrian artist, and she's using art to draw attention to the Syrian refugees. And also I just like to remind our people that are pretty familiar with Syria and the Syrian people. Damascus is one of the oldest, most continuous city in the world, and the Syrian people are in general, and regardless of the war that's going on there, they're open-minded. They believe in religious diversity, and would love to live in harmony and peace. Isn't that correct, Nada?
Yes, exactly. This is the thing about many people who live in USA or in the other parts of the world believe that Syrians is like, whenever you say the word Syria, it's always connected to the word ISIS, which is not
true. Actually, that's not true. No,
not true at all. Because we, for example, I was raised in a very open-minded family. The atmosphere. My father had a Jewish friend, and he was like, we visited each other, and it's kind of, we were raised in, like, we are all living in harmony.
Absolutely. I mean, growing up, I visited Syria many times, You know, it was a wonderful, regardless of the political issues, but it was a wonderful, wonderful place to be, wonderful people. And so your art basically, like if you're going to give me just a quick description, what is it you're portraying?
Portraying
some of the paintings. What do they show?
They show two subjects: the diversity, the religious diversity, and the peace in Syria, and the quality of the Syrian people that they should live in. So
wonderful. Yeah.
So this art. Yeah.
And if people want to hold that exhibit, how can they get in touch with you?
If they want to visit the exhibition?
If they want to host it.
Oh, to host it. How they can do it? They can contact me either through my email or,
What are they?
My email address is Nada Odeh, Nada Odesh, artist @gmail.com.
Okay, and by phone?
By phone 858-397-8690.
Okay, and the last few seconds we have, what would you like to tell listeners?
I would like them to come and to visit the exhibit and to see who are the Syrian people, to see what is my message, and I would love to meet everyone who is open-minded. So, and I would like to tell them the last words that we Syrians are peaceful people. We're open-minded, and we would love to be part of this world in any possible way. We're well educated. We did not come from bad background.
Bad things happen to good people, and Syrians are good people. We really thank you for being with us. We're going
to put so much.
Absolutely. We're going to put that information on our website, and for those who want to get in touch with you. Thanks again, Nada.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
It.
Thank you. I really
God bless you. And good morning, Marilu. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Sorry for the. We were expecting you at 8, and I guess there's some miscommunication what time you're going to be on. Anyway,
no, my apologies. Very sorry.
That's okay, no problems. What we have about 5 minutes, and what we want to do is we're not going to be able to go into some of the things we really wanted to get into in depth, but briefly, first I'd like to remind our listeners is Ms. Cabrera is the Public Affairs Officer with the Department of Homeland Security of the U.S. Citizenship Immigration in the Northwest region, and she's with us from Chicago, and thank you for getting up early to be with us. So what is this new program? Tell us quickly about that.
Well, no, it's not a new program, but I know that there's been some interest expressed in different types of work visa, non-immigrant visas.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to come on and talk about a couple of visas, and I can do it quickly and come back another day.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
And we can go more in depth, but there's H-2B visas that there was some confusion about, I think, in your community, about who is eligible and who is not eligible. And so I wanted to clarify that the H-2B visa that someone had asked me about is really only for a certain number of countries, so it's not open to the entire world, as some people may think. Now, people can apply.
Is it open to any countries in the Middle East?
Not a whole lot, as I'm looking here on
Which one
the
of them?
list. Goodness, I'm looking to see what we have. We have
Lebanon, Syria.
No, we don't have Syria or Lebanon. We have Turkey. But that's about it from what I can see quickly. So that's why I wanted to talk maybe about the H-1B, because I don't, I know that people have asked about the H-2, and so to clarify, there is a specific list, so it's not open to all countries. I think it's only 63 countries for which.
Now the H-2B, that's the one for the professionals, is that correct?
No.
That's for seasonal workers?
H-1B. So so I'm glad. The H-2A is for seasonal workers. It's like alphabet soup, and it gets a little confusing. The H-2A is for the agricultural or temporary non-agricultural jobs. And then the H-2B, is also just a temporary. These are both temporary visas. It's a non-immigrant classification, and it's for non-agricultural labor or services of temporary nature in the U.S.
Okay.
So you do not need a higher education for these visas. And, for example,
you need a sponsorship, though, from the businesses that bring in these people in.
Correct.
Yeah.
All of these visas, you need a sponsorship.
Yeah.
As in with any kind of visa, immigrant visa, you need that family sponsorship.
Okay.
So for the H-1B visa, that is usually a visa for people who are specialized and who have a degree, and that, again, you can apply for, or you need that petitioner. You need that employer to petition for you. But unlike the other visas, the H-1B visa can ultimately turn into a permanent visa.
Okay.
So it's a unique visa in that if you come in on that visa and your employer wishes to keep you on and petition for you, they can file after a few years. They can file for residency, permanent residency for you.
And are these visas available now? They can
of
start.
Course,
yeah.
Absolutely, they are available now. But as you mentioned, the catch is you do need that U.S. employer to petition for you, whether it be agricultural, whether it be seasonal work, for example, to work in a hotel, and again, limited to some countries. Yeah. And then the H-1B, which is open to the entire world, with that specialty, depending on the degree.
And that list of countries, I can find it on the website. Is that correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay, sounds good. And we'll make that available on our website as well. And so basically, if I own a restaurant and there's a specific chef I like, not necessarily a chef, but a cook, I like to get from those countries that permit it, I can just make, the necessary arrangements to bring that person in, or a butcher or whatever it is.
Well, but it's not that simple. You do need the Department of Labor to certify, because we want to ensure that these are not jobs that can be occupied by someone legally in the United States already.
Okay.
We don't want to take jobs away from legal permanent residents or from U.S. citizens.
So it's not as easy as it sounds.
No, it has to be a very unique skill that you have, and it has to be certified by the federal government, by the Department of Labor, so that you can come in and work.
Sounds good. And finally, I just want to ask. There's something. Anytime we bring immigration issues to the audience, they want to know: are there any those who have been waiting, no matter what the issue is with immigration, that people waiting 2 or 3 years and whatever it is, are things being processed faster now? Are you hiring more people? I mean, are there any news for these guys?
Well, we understand that, yes, as far as refugees and asylums, there has been a delay. It is not a delay in general due to people's applications. It is a delay in just the amount of applications we've been receiving, overwhelmed with applications. And we are hiring more people. That process takes time, though, because asylum is very specialized, and it can be quite complex, and we want to make sure our officers are highly trained to understand conditions in these countries. So that process can take some time. Yeah. But rest assured that we are aware of the number of people that have applied and our applications, and we are working through those and working on also hiring new people.
And you said that you mentioned that work visas, opportunities for those with a higher education, those professionals, those are available and people can apply. How long does it take the process to do that?
It all depends on the number of visas that we receive. Generally, our application processing times, we try to keep, for all our applications, we try to keep at or around 6 months. Now, we know we can't always, meet that. With some applications, it's a lot quicker. It's always important when the application is filled out that you have complete all the information. And if you can't complete all the information, try to get some assistance, because when you leave blanks, then we have to stop the process, send you a letter, try to get the information. So that delays the process.
Sounds good. Well, Marilu,
now, and also the H-1B does have a cap, but
sure.
But we can certainly talk more about these issues
at a later time. Yes, and we want
in more depth.
Exactly. We want to thank you so much for being with us, and we apologize for the confusion about the time, but we appreciate you taking the time to be with us and waiting on the phone. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and we want to thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Likewise, it's always a pleasure.
Okay, thank you. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back with Dr. Suwan. Stay tuned.
قشات ميديترينيان ماركت بإدارة سهر قشات وأولاده يرحبون بالجالية العربية والكلدانية. جميع أنواع المواد الغذائية، البان طازجة، الكرزات والبهارات الطازجة. داخل الأسواق مطعم ميديترينيان شيش كباب يقدم يوميا جميع أنواع الكباب، المقبلات العربية العراقية وصواني الكامبو المميزة. تفتح الأسواق من 8 إلى 9 مساء من الاثنين وحتى السبت، ومن 8 صباحا إلى 9 مساء يوم الأحد. تقع الأسواق على 32839 نورث ويسترن هايواي في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز. لحوم حلال للجالية الإسلامية. لطلباتكم من المطعم كول 248-538-7855. That is 248-538-7855. قشة ميديترينيان ماركت، خدمة متميزة ومعاملة راقية.
From their first words to first grade, Dreamy Children's Center will help get your child on the right track. The highly qualified staff works closely with parents to provide an experience that goes beyond early education. We can help nurture important personality traits with the use of educational programs ranging from preschooling for infants to Montessori-approved programs and bilingual curriculums for young children. All meals can be provided and we can arrange for after-school pickup. Dreamy Children's Center in Dearborn Heights on Warren, in Westland on Ann Arbor Trail, and in Troy on DeQuinder.
We would like to send a special thank you to our Ramadan sponsors, which include Sling TV, Life for Relief, The Losses of Jumana Keirus, Ziad Brothers Importing, Dr. Azul Haley, Dr. Nesreen Suwan, Dreamy Children's Centers, Karama Relief Foundation, American Muslim Center, Islamic Organization of North America, Islamic Center of Detroit, Energy International Corporation, Lagana and Associates, ACC Community Health Center, NJ Diamond, Betsy's Bridal and Formal Bridal, New Concept Product and Design, Dearborn Rotisserie, Kashat Mediterranean Market, Zamzam Market, Mohan Famous Shawarmas, and a special thanks to our media sponsors, which include Rayhan and Nia and the Arab Daily News, Al Mas TV, Forum and Link, Yemeni American News, Jamil Leti Magazine, Ziria Productions, Studio One, and Hassan Altaf.
Well, welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning in. And we have Dr. Suwan with us. Good morning, Dr. Suwan.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Always a pleasure to hear your voice and talk to you.
Yeah, same here.
The ever-talented Dr. Suwan.
Thank you.
I just want to remind our listeners, Dr. Suwan is one of Chicago's premier specialists with more than 32 years of medical practice. You know, it's hard for me to really, when I say that I know how young you are, and they said 32 years of medical practice, and you look very young, and you sound very young, and it's just a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And so, what's new this week?
You know, we want to talk about unnecessary surgeries. We want to know how to avoid them. We want to know the complications of surgeries, you know, including necessary and unnecessary, and that's why we should avoid unnecessary surgeries when needed.
Yeah. When we're talking about surgeries, are we talking about what? Cosmetic? All kind of surgeries? Or
no,
what?
I mean, you know, like when it comes to cosmetic surgeries, most of them are really unnecessary.
Unnecessary, yeah. They're desirable, not necessary.
And you know, let me tell you something. You know, what I really, you know, would like to promote is not to do, you know, like cosmetic surgeries. What we really do would be like, you know, very, I would say, it's minimally invasive, you know, like interventions. You know, when we do like Botox and filler, these are not really, you know, like surgeries. You know what I mean? But, you know, when it comes to cosmetic surgeries, you know, in my opinion, you know, most of them are unnecessary, you know. But, you know, I'm trying actually to talk now about, you know, like surgeries that we are doing, back surgeries, neck surgeries, hysterectomies, angioplasties, and stuff like that. I would like to tell you, Khalil, that, each year over 40 million surgeries are performed in the United States. It's like 40 to 50 million, if you will. So we are talking surgeries here that are done, and most of them are needed. Of course, most of these surgeries are necessary and may save patients' lives, or they may improve variety of medical conditions, and basically they are needed. But, I would say that, it depends where you are reading from. Like 30 to 50% of these surgeries may not be necessary.
You said 30?
30 to 50%.
Wow, that's a huge number.
It depends on the source that you're reading from.
Yeah,
and, like the reason why I'm talking about this is because all surgeries, whether they are necessary or unnecessary, they come with so many risks and so many complications, such as the complications of anesthesia, and also, like there may be, like hemorrhage, damage of organs.
When we say anesthesia, we're talking about people may not wake up after the surgery.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And hemorrhaging if they're going to bleed to death.
I would say, there are so many complications of anesthesia. It's just the anesthesia itself, or like the surgery itself, because you are cutting, like...
Oh, absolutely.
You are cutting, like in skin and muscles and nerves, and, you are basically,
There's
having...
nothing without risk, and you are taking a risk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and this, like, of course, there are, like, so many complications, like hemorrhage, infection, and... I would like to tell you that there is also like a very long period of recovery.
Sure.
In most of these surgeries. So basically,
although surgery is getting better now because of
the
laser and all of that, but still you're dealing with risk and you're dealing with recovery, as you said.
Of course,
yeah,
they are getting like a lot better, but still there is pain and suffering. But what I would like to say, when the surgery is needed to save the life of the patient, or, like to deal with a specific medical condition that is necessary to be dealt with. In this case, we have actually, like to weigh risks and benefits. And of course, when the benefits are way more than the risks, we have to perform the surgery. But when the surgery is not necessary, this is like, I don't believe that anybody should go through all of this for unnecessary surgery. Add to this, it's just like so much cost, to the individual, like lost work time, and, also to the insurance company.
Absolutely.
And, to the whole economy as well.
Now, the question is, why? Why do we do all these unnecessary surgeries? I mean, let's say 30%, that's a high number.
Yeah, it is a high number. And, we will be talking, I don't think that we will be able to talk about this today, about, like the most common unnecessary surgeries that are performed.
Before we get to do that, why? Why do they do that?
I will tell you why. I would say that the most important thing that any patient should know, that we are all human beings and, nobody is immune. Sometimes physicians, they are not having enough competence to know that we can deal with a specific medical condition with minimally invasive procedures, or maybe, with just like, some medications, or maybe physical therapy, or, other non-surgical, modalities. Not everybody is having, like, I would say, like the best judgment, or maybe best medical training, if you will. Some physicians may lack competence, although, I'm not saying that, of course, most of physicians are competent, and most of physicians, they went through a lot to be wherever they are. And, most of them, they are smart. There is nobody who will go into dental or medical school who's not smart.
Sure.
But, of course, we are all humans. So I would say that competence is one issue.
Now, is it that I notice, that patients in the West are far more have a say in what kind of treatment they get, unlike other part of the world. Is it part of it that we want to have surgery because we think that we could heal faster, we could whatever it is? I mean, are we contributing as patients? Are we contributing to that?
Yeah, I think patients may contribute to that as well. Patients may contribute to it, but at the same time, I think physicians, they are the people who are supposed to know more, and they are supposed to guide their patients.
Because, I mean, look at some of the advertisements for medication, and these are prescription medication. So why are they advertising it to the patients? And I go to my doctor and say, well, I want Nexium because I'm having heartburn. And isn't this the doctor supposed to decide what?
Believe me, Khalil, it's not about just, the advertisement. I know that, when I will be watching TV, I mean, I am actually, I would be seeing all of these advertisements all over. But, believe me, even if it's not on the TV, I think right now Google is doing so much. And, Google is contributing so much to this, and patients are informed more than any time before, but this could be like a
dangerous
positive thing.
I think it can be dangerous.
It could be dangerous, but it could be a positive thing that, if, for example, a physician is actually trying, to force unnecessary surgery on patients, patients would read, and at the same time, I think that the most important thing is to seek a second opinion.
Yes.
This is, I think, the most important thing.
And that was going to be my question, is how do we protect ourselves? How do we make sure that we don't get unnecessary surgeries?
We would protect ourselves by being informed about it and, to do our homework. Right now, there are so many resources, but at the same time, and the most important thing is to get second and third opinion. And as I told you, competence is one factor why patients are getting unnecessary surgeries. The other factor could be the patient himself who wants, to get surgery no matter what. And I would say, in very, minor cases, there could be, some type of a criminal act by a physician. Some physicians maybe, they may have actually, immoral act where they will just they want
to make money.
To make money by doing, unnecessary surgeries. And we heard a lot about, things like that. We didn't hear a lot. I would say that, we heard some.
Some. You did cover it with Layla the other day, and I think that was good.
I can't say a lot. This is very, 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 minor cases, and this should not be actually, the gold standard, of medical practice. It's not at all.
So we have 1 minute left. Please, what we need to tell our listeners. And then we're gonna revisit this issue because it's very important.
Yeah, we will actually revisit it. Revisit this issue the next month. But I would say that the most important thing, the patient should be informed. You have to ask your physician questions. You can prepare list of questions and ask it to your physician, and then seek a second opinion, seek a third opinion. There is nothing wrong in doing that.
So we're talking about education and second opinion, and that's,
and the most important thing that, we should always start with less invasive procedures. And
wonderful.
We are going to talk about this, the next month in detail.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us. And next month we're going to start a little bit earlier so we can cover it more.
Okay,
again,
thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend. And I want to thank our listeners for being with us today. Today is Friday. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I did learn something through Ramadan, and that is to judge less than what I normally do. So I want to share with you what I've learned, and I want to try to do this, which is fear not, worry not, judge not. Hopefully we can judge each other less and have much, much better relationships. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next month. Bye now.